towards you through the woods.
That's what you came here for?
Yes, it's my paladin mount.
Paladin mount. Okay. Is it safe? Are you gonna want that on the ship?
It'll be fine, it won't hurt anybody, unless I order it to.
Huh.
It's very docile, I say as I pet him lightly.
Yeah. Okay. Higgimus is gonna scratch his head a little bit and be like, alright, well, let's get back to where the others are, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Still puzzled about this whole deity thing.
Okay, so are you gonna try and catch up with everyone else, kind of thing, or what? Because they took the boat.
They took the boat. I guess get back to where the ship is.
Okay.
Maybe, and see what's going on there.
Yeah.
There is a lot of rather startled sounds and shouts as Ockar comes out with the this enormous wolf. But seeing him riding it seems to calm people down a bit.
Well, that's good. I'll just shake my head and say paladins, I guess.
Okay, so do you want to like head to the other side of the river and then, try to catch up with them, find them and everything like that?
Yeah, I guess we can try to do that.
Okay. All right. Let me see how long that would take you guys. Okay.
I'll look over to Ockar and be like, since your dog wolf guy there is from here, maybe? Think he would let us know if he smells like some bad guys coming towards us?
I'll ask the wolf if it can alert us if it smells any hostile people or creatures coming towards our ship.
Us.
Or us, yes.
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 It kind of looks at you. You're not exactly sure if it understood you or not.
I'm not sure if it can understand me. All I know is it'll listen to me sometimes if I give it commands.
Alright, well, I guess that's something to hope for.
Okay, so back to the rest of the party. Leva, Yeldan, Braxon, and Lafdul. While Higgimus and Ockar head off to the west, you head up to the river and begin making your way back towards the slaver camp. You guys just want to get off where you got off before? So like,
yeah.
I thought we
Lafdul
would.
says he wants to go ahead of the party.
I thought we wanted.
I mean, you.
Go on.
well, you guys
We're
have
on
the
the
boat.
boat right now.
Yeah.
doesn't matter.
I
Yeah,
thought we
that's
were
the
gonna
thing.
go. Go on.
Before we get on the boat, it's like Yeldan's like, who's gonna row the boat this time?
Braxon will row the boat, but I thought we were gonna go up the hill and check out these elves.
We're
have to
we're
cross the
gonna
river.
beach at the, we still have to cross the river, and we beaching over here is fine.
Yeah, but what I mean is, if we're gonna go up the hill, we don't need to go quite so near to the camp, do we?
Which direction did the arrow point from over here? Like this way?
Maybe. Do you remember?
Yeah, it
Yeldan
was
took the time
around
to
there.
memorize it.
Well,
So like,
then you can
As-
go by your memory.
yeah, so we can take. If you're taking the boat to here is pretty good because it still does get us closer, and it is
Mhm.
faster traveling than traveling to the woods.
How many hours does this? It's an hour per square, isn't it?
No.
No, it's like 30 minutes per hex.
It depends on the terrain. I'll put it that way.
Yeah.
It's a lot faster on
So-
the boat too.
Go up like that, then like that, and then like cross there.
Okay, so you wanna go here.
Yeah.
How long do I have left on invisibility? Like until evening, yeah.
And also,
Something like
Lafdul's gonna
Afternoon.
be splitting off and going in a different direction.
Well, not just yet. I'll go with you for a little while.
It's 24 hours, so when did we leave yesterday?
How? Basically, I've got to leave before midday.
I've got another invisibility here.
Mm.
One.
Yeah, but I don't think I plan on going in the camp. I'll just go around the outsides, look inside via my ring, and see who's there. Then we can plan again ahead.
Okay, so
You
you're gonna pull the ship up here in this thing. So right here, correct?
Mhm.
Okay. All right. And Lafdul, how long are you gonna go with them?
Because at this
so
point-
what? It's like midday now, or
Oh no,
mid morning.
it's still early.
The thing is,
Tell me
if
when it
you
gets to
depart-
about midday, because when it comes to about midday,
You have
starting to get
many hours.
yeah, and
Yeah.
I'll stay with the party so far.
It's like maybe a half an hour after dawn now.
Yeah, I'll wait until like afternoon before I go over there, because I'm not planning on going inside the base. I'm just going around the outside, so I don't need to have to wait around for any length of time.
Okay.
Well, couldn't we pop up the hill to see these creatures that people think are elves, and then pop downhill to the camp?
Well, I mean,
Yeldan wants
some
us
of it
to have the
depends on the time.
fake campsite
Mm.
here. So
Also, as we get off, Laughter asks Yeldan, do you think anyone's been searching around here? They might be looking for the patrol. Are there any tracks? Any new tracks?
I'll roll a tracking.
We're a bit further back than we were before.
Yeah, but they
No.
might have gone upriver trying to
Mm.
look.
Well, I figured we were landing about the same place.
No, you're landing earlier.
Fair. Anyways, I got 3 on my tracking.
We're at least one or two hexes upstream.
You're 1 hex upstream. You're not seeing any new, humanoid tracks that seem recent. There's animal tracks, but no humanoid tracks.
Oh, Laughter's going to change his footprint.
Any animal tracks any like big animal tracks of animals I should worry about?
You see some bear tracks.
Do I see cub track with the bear
Oh.
like little bear tracks with the?
No.
Okay. Well, mother bear, so it's not that dangerous. Bears are still pretty tough, though.
To see if I can emulate their footprints.
All right, so you're going to try to change your footprints to bear.
Yeah,
tracks.
upon hearing about the bear, I'm changing it to bear. Oh, I wonder if I can emulate that.
I look at as soon as
the tracks you leave are human. Humanoid.
I go back to
normal
wolf then.
tracks. Okay.
Wolf work? Wolf still works,
Yeah, wolf works.
yeah.
yeah,
Laughter's saddened by this.
Okay, so tell me, like, are you gonna go up to the top of the hill? Is that what you're planning to do right now?
yeah, let's start heading towards the top of the hill because that's close to one of the hexes I want to set up the fake campsite in.
Laughter mentions to the group that he's with,
So
do you want
okay.
me to go ahead and you follow? Basically, if there's an ambush, I'll be able to see ahead of you. I'll let you know that I'm coming, or the direction I'm leading, but I'll tap on the tree with my sword sheath or whatever, so you can hear in the direction.
Just use a dagger to leave a mark on the tree.
Well, I just make noise. Well, not loud noise, like a tap in the woods or something.
Don't you want to hoot like an owl or something?
Well, I can attempt to make animal noise.
Weren't you hooting like an owl
rather-
yesterday?
Yeah,
weren't
I
there.
was.
I will
Maybe.
point out it is far easier to just
broke up.
make a mark on the tree, then make noise for us to follow.
Can I mark on the tree without breaking my invisibility?
Yeah.
Alright, I mark on the tree then. Fine.
Or you could put twigs into an arrow, like this. Braxon gets down and puts...
Yeah, but I gotta stop and find a twig. It takes longer than just leaving a score mark through tree.
Mm-hmm. Says Yeldan. And
It's just
he'll...
like significantly damaging my blade as I'm doing this.
Magic blade.
Yeah, I know, but still, wear and tear.
So how far ahead do you want to be?
How thick's the brush around here, or tree, forest line?
It's pretty thick. It's slow going.
Probably
because you're also going up a hill.
between 30 and 60 feet ahead.
That's quite
Is
far,
that-
but okay.
That's fine. That essentially mean part of what I wanted to know is essentially whether you'd be getting to a new hex before them, kind of thing.
No, that's like 30 minutes ahead.
Right. Which is why I was
No,
asking.
I'd be like 5 to 10 minutes ahead.
Okay. All right. So you climb up to the top of the hill here, and it did take a little while. It took quite a while, although because you don't have Higgimus with you, it was a little bit faster. So it only took about an hour to get up there.
Okay, I'm gonna roll another tracking check to see if I can spot any track.
Normally we'd be setting up a pulley system.
There we go.
Okay. Around here, it's mostly small animal tracks. You think that there's some, perhaps giant insect tracks of some kind, although exactly what, you
And
can't tell.
were inkheads on the list of animals that were around here?
Those were definitely a possibility.
Mm.
Can I attempt an elven religion check? If I potentially think there are elves here, there might be some significance here.
You can, but what are you trying to do? I mean, are you trying to look for...
Identify are there any telltale signs of significance to elves here?
Go ahead and roll.
Give me a sec. I'll bring up sheet. Where are you? See, I wish this was easier. Everyone goes through this.
Yeah.
It's all right, religion. All
Alright, you're not seeing anything that strikes you as religious. Nothing like a shrine that other people might have missed, or a sign that other people might have missed.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Eldon's like, okay, we're gonna go this way for a bit, and he'll point in the direction, like going to
you can
this direction, and then set up the false campsite there.
okay, so
and
if
then
you
I'll
want to go
circle
there,
back.
go ahead and move the token then. That one.
Lafdul's going ahead the direction.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yep.
Okay.
And then Yeldan will spend time setting up a false campsite, or a campsite, basically.
But you're not actually going to light a fire.
No, the idea is I'm gonna pile a bunch of, like, not super bunch, but green wood
Mhm.
on the fire, on where the fire, the fire will be. So when it does get lit, it's gonna be a smoky as hell fire, so people will notice.
Right. Okay.
But it shouldn't cause any danger to the forest around.
Okay.
You're going to clear out the area around us so it doesn't spread.
Okay. So you get this fake campsite ready. Takes you really only takes you about 10 minutes to get it.
Braxon goes over to
Ready.
Yeldan and says in Elvish, "Is there not a risk this will draw the slavers towards the elves that live up here?"
They don't live in this direction. They live in the other direction.
They do?
Other direction, top of the hill. Yep.
I thought the
What the
elves
owl
were
said.
around here somewhere, and the dwarves around here.
He
or
didn't
something.
give a distance.
He did.
Well,
He did
we're-
like a 16th of the night and pointed more or less in this direction.
Yeah, well,
I
could be
understood.
up here for all we know.
I think it'd be worth looking for these elves.
Well, yeah, that's why that I wanted to get this done.
Says
They're not
Braxton,
elf.
and Braxton's speaking Elvish until further notice, unless anyone speaks to him in common.
Yeldan
We can all
speaks
speak
Elvish.
Elven. Can Leva speak Elven? I assume she can.
I don't think
No,
she
she
can.
can't. No, she
I don't
can't.
think she can. But I don't think Braxton knows that.
Leva
Yeldan-
turns to Braxon and says, "What did you just say?"
Elvish, while she's teaching him how to write.
Pick up like the odd word, Elvish.
I didn't understand a word of what you just said, Braxon.
Interesting.
you not
Interesting.
speak-
That was Elvish.
Braxton says to Lever in common, "Do you not speak Elvish?"
Nope.
Wow. Okay.
I was taken away from my parents as a baby, and I never heard Elfish until I arrived in Baral.
Well, you would have heard it. You just didn't learn it.
Yes,
Elvish is
okay.
pretty common.
I never learned it until I was in Baral. Well, I still haven't learned it.
Right.
Yeldan's like, huh, interesting. And then he'll keep on. And when we're done setting up the false campsite, Yeldan wants to go like this way, up, kind of.
So you wanna get to this hex there.
Yeah.
All right. So
Well, all the while he's looking for signs of elves.
okay. Do you want
or-
to go up to the top of the hill, like here, and then go down, or do
Yeah.
you want to skirt the?
Yeah,
the-
I'll go up to the top of the hill.
Okay.
Is that hard traveling up top of the hill?
It's the same as the other.
Mostly, that's what slows you down in the woods is how thick the brush.
Yeah, and
Right.
it is pretty thick. There's no
Machete.
paths. Yeah, there are no
Chink.
paths that you can see easily. Not even like animal paths. You're not sure exactly why, but it's very thick.
Braxton's
That's
going to
going to be
be
a hard time traveling then if he's in front with no machete.
traveling along behind unless he's been told to wait.
No. Yeldan is looking up for like possible hidden walkways hidden in the trees and that as well.
Okay. So you crest the hill, and you can see from up there. I mean, it's still pretty thick, but you can still kind of get a feel for some of the contours of the land. The slope
By the way,
this
he-
way is a lot more gentle, kind of thing, whereas it's really steep in these directions.
Yeldan, I think Yeldan's only using the machete for the sake of the others. Otherwise, I don't. Really...
Lafdul's modelling for ahead.
Okay. So are you guys meeting up here again, like just going a little ways and then meeting up to discuss the next plans, kind of thing?
Yeah, he's gonna meet up there. He's gonna do like another tracking. I'll do another tracking check to look around the area, look for signs of elves, that, or at least some sort of habitation.
You do not see any humanoid tracks here. There's abundant small animal bird tracks. What looks like maybe some wolves. Perhaps
Not Lafdul's full of prints.
badgers, that sort of thing. Yeldan at this point knows to differentiate yours from real ones. At least, based on their time. I mean, he knows that you've just been through here, so if he finds brand new wolf tracks, they're probably yours, kind of thing. Now, as you come down the slope to a little bit more of a gentle spot, I need all 4 of you guys to roll 1d10 modified for your dexterity modifier reaction adjustment.
D10 plus.
Is that?
Actually, it's yeah.
Do you want GM rolls or
No, it's fine.
dexterity modifier?
Is that reaction adjustment?
reaction
it's the one
adjustment.
across.
Got +2.
Oh, it's 0.
Okay.
Oh,
You did it. Or slash.
you had one job.
It's if we get surprised or not, right?
And Leva is surprised. The rest of you are not, as you hear high-pitched twang sounds and small arrows bury themselves in the trees around you, and a high-pitched voice calls out, "Halt!"
Is it in Elvish?
No, it's actually in common.
Leva screams. What was
Well,
that?
then we'll-
Lafdul turns around.
Yeldan will
Lafdul's
stop
ahead
and
of the
look
group. How have you
around.
not...
No, you guys kind of came back together to discuss where you next wanted to go.
Lafdul's gonna separate himself and see if he can find out where those arrows came from.
Oh,
and
yeah,
sneak up
so-
towards them.
So they did not hit near you, Lafdul. They hit
Mhm.
near everyone else.
Yeldan was looking. Yeldan puts his
That's it.
hands up and says, "Elvish, we mean no harm."
The voice responds back still in common. Don't move.
He won't move.
Braxon holds his hands to his sides.
Lafdul's looking at where that voice came from and
It's
stalking him.
it's somewhere up in the trees. It's kind of difficult to tell. It almost seems to come from multiple places at once.
Lafdul's looking around for elves in the trees above.
Okay.
Yeldan,
The voice calls out, "We know your kind down by the shore. We don't want you here. Leave, or
We're
we'll
not-
fill you full of arrows."
Braxon's
we're not from the ones by the lake. We're from somewhere. We're actually trying to rescue some people there that are there right now.
Braxon
just-
says in Elvish, "We're not with them.
Those
We're-
humans and half orcs.
We're going to rescue some people from them. We heard you were here. We want to know if they have any of your kind that need rescuing."
Leva asks Braxon, what did he say?
There's
Yeldan rolls his eye.
there's some conversation up in the trees. It's in a language that I don't believe any of you have.
Which one?
Well, if you don't have it, you don't necessarily know what it is.
Now,
It's not even
The
Elvish.
catch-22. We needed to check whether we have it.
Or I can
I-
check.
It's
not
the,
Elvish, or common of some variety.
Does it sound familiar-ish?
This is-
in another language.
this is AuldDragon's new way of saying you don't know.
Yeah. Okay.
Lafdul,
An elaborate long way of saying you don't know.
Lafdul, give me an intelligence check against half your score. Actually, no, not half your score. Never mind.
Half my score is like 7 or 6.
Not half your score.
Alright, my intelligence is 13, so whatever.
Why am I getting a phone call? I don't care.
Suddenly, AuldDragon is surprised by phone.
Yeah.
He doesn't recognize the caller.
It is you don't know the language, but you do recognize that it is a fairy language. Whether it's sprite or pixie or something else, you don't know. And let's see. Yeldan and Braxon, give me saving throw versus spell.
Why
Saving
is he?
throw. Hang on.
Hell, they
Well,
cast a spell as if it's the spell to make us tell the truth.
It's a D20. I'll sort out what it is in a minute.
Is this a mind effect spell?
Just give me a saving throw versus spell.
Is it mind effect? Get a +2.
I will modify it. I will modify
14. So do I have to go over 14 or under?
it. Yes, you go over. You made your save.
Mine is 14 as well. I don't know if I pass. Don't know if it's mind effect.
Okay. And you don't know what why I was calling for that either.
But not leather.
No, not Leva. The voice calls down and says, "You say you're not with the slavers from the lake. How can we know
Yes.
for sure?"
It's a good point. Well, for once, we don't have any they're mostly humans and half-orc. And maybe a half-ogre there from what we've gathered information-wise.
Leva is very angry, she says. I was a slave once. I will not be one again. I will not stand for slavery. What proof do you need?
Well, once
Braxon says, "We're quite happy to talk at a distance until you trust us."
none of us.
Lafdul's trying to track where these voices are coming from constantly as they're talking. He must have an idea by now.
Yeah, it's up in the trees. That's not really helping much. You are.
I must be able to see them by now.
You don't know, I guess, is the answer.
No, actually, that's the thing, is that you can't see them. You have a pretty good idea where it's coming from, and you see nothing but the trees.
I'm looking at the size of the arrows, by the way.
Oh, they're
That were
small.
shot at
They're
us.
pretty small.
Pixie size.
Braxon calls up. "We come from a ship which is upstream. We're not with that camp. We've already had a fight with someone from that camp. You're welcome to follow us back to our ship."
Downstream. Sorry.
Downstream.
Yeah.
We come from downstream where we have. We found out these people have kidnapped some dwarves who are our friends. So we might not have proof for you now, but we are willing to prove ourselves.
Well, we actually do have proof. If you go and check, then you find some bodies in the river. It was us that put those bodies in there. We had a fight with them, and that was the result.
There's some more discussion in the trees, and it sounds rather heated. It sounds like there's an argument going on up there.
Can I guess at how many voices?
Give me an intelligence check.
He also has listen. Well,
I would be taking my hat off for that.
Yeah, so you think that you have heard at least 5 different voices. You're not entirely sure because they're rather similar voices, but you think that there's 5 different tones.
I've been looking. Are those arrows peaks like the tiny folk size, the little
Yes.
folk?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although
Yeldan's like,
you
Of
don't have a
course.
whole lot of experience with those types of creatures. I mean, you've had some, but not a whole lot.
Stories.
Yeah, and a lot of it is more common information. It is perfectly reasonable to guess. I think I know what you're guessing at, and it's a reasonable guess for you. The conversation seems to calm down, and all of a sudden, above you, a figure pops into view. It's about 2 feet tall, with large butterfly-like wings. Otherwise, somewhat elven in appearance, pointed ears, clothing that would be good to, would camouflage it well with trees and leaves and things like that. And it is holding a small bow with an arrow nocked and pointed at you, Yeldan specifically. And the figure says, "You appear to be telling the truth, and your story does match up with what we know of the slavers there. Why are you here? Not why are you
Well-
here on the planet, why are you here?
We were hoping to enlist your help, but it seems that, judging by the fact that you are the small... They are called the small folk by elves, right?
It's fine, yeah.
But you are the small folk. Probably doubtful.
Well,
He
He said to us-
loses his arrow, and it goes right between your legs, and then he quickly knocks another one, and he says, "Our arrows may be small, but they do sting."
Braxon says
I only know what
we're
people told me about your guy.
Braxton says we're not just here to ask for your help. We heard from my friend heard from an owl that you were here. We already know that these group of kidnapped people from a dwarven party who we hope to rescue. I also want to see if they've got any of your friends,
It's from the look.
because we're going down there to attack the slavers. If there's anyone down there that needs rescuing, I want to make sure we get them out. And if you are happy to help us, that's great. But if you don't want to help us, we'll do it alone. But I wanted to come to talk to you so that you knew what we were doing, and so that if there was anyone down there that you were friends with, we were aware of who they were and how to get them back to you.
There's some more conversation in their language. Clearly, some other individuals are speaking to the one who's pointing his arrow at Yeldan right now. And he, without looking away, he starts, responding to them. Then Lafdul, he looks not exactly where you are, but roughly where you are, and he says, "I see that one of your companions knows some magic like ours. Show yourself. Make yourself known."
Yep.
Lafdul's not going to make himself known.
Yep.
He's not going to say
Yeldan-
anything. He's not going to do anything.
Yeldan's like, as soon as he doesn't do anything, I was like, shit, no, this is gonna...
Lafdul's looking around to see where he thinks he's been seen from.
Yeldan's like, oh, this is gonna go poorly now. Because he's like, come on. He looks at it, just do it, because things are gonna go south if you don't.
Perhaps
Lafdul,
it's
we're
just-
trying to
Make yourself known, or we will loose arrows.
Lafdul, we're trying to make friends here. We're not trying to pull one on them. I can make you invisible again. Don't worry.
Lafdul will say something. He'll say, "Only if you make the rest of your people invisible, visible on
We're
neutral
not in a
terms."
position. It's not.
You want us? Lafdul says he's not gonna make himself vulnerable. You show more good faith, then I'll show good faith.
Well, he did make himself visible.
Yeah, but that's only one.
Braxon's going to slowly sit down cross-legged on the ground.
Yeah. Yeldan's.
Say, come on, Lafdul. We want to make friends with these people.
Lafdul recognize now. This is so not in Lafdul's nature. This really isn't. He wouldn't
Then
do
don't
that.
do it. If it's not in your nature, then don't do it. We're going to work on you, though. Lafdul, please.
Lafdul would say, "I would only show myself if you all show yourself."
Do you have a charisma reaction adjustment?
Yeah, it's +3.
Jesus, you got decent charisma.
Yeah, it's 15. I think it's 15.
Mine is 14.
The silence is deafening.
Mm-hmm.
All right. You hear the twang of a small bow, and an arrow embeds itself in the ground at your feet.
Yep.
Lafdul. And another voice, definitely different from the first one, says, "The next one will be closer."
Yeah, you can keep guessing.
Are you moving around, Lafdul?
No. He's gonna cast silence on himself. And he's gonna move away. I'm role-playing Lafdul as he would play himself.
Yeah, that's fine. Actually, Leva will cast ESP, or one would try to cast ESP to see whether they are serious or not.
Okay, so you're gonna start casting a spell, and Lafdul is starting to cast a spell. Okay.
You guys,
This is good.
you guys are just trying to get yourselves killed.
Nope.
Yeah.
No, it's Lafdul. Lafdul will not just give himself up. It's not in Lafdul's nature.
That is.
Then why did you come?
Why did you speak up at all? You already gave yourself away.
They knew I was there.
How did they know you were there?
That's a good question. They probably heard me.
And they
Just as
noticed
I
him.
was moving around to listen for them,
Well, if
they
you're
probably
already
heard
giving
me.
it away, you may as well just drop it.
Well, no, I'm casting in silence on myself.
Doesn't casting a spell break your invisibility?
Not if it's not hostile.
Yeah, no, not if it's non-hostile.
We're just gonna. Me and Higgimus are gonna come by and find you all dead later, aren't we?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, they're not going to kill you guys, probably, but
They're gonna shoot you all with arrows and probably kill the mage.
nah.
I just need to double check something.
Braxon looks randomly in the direction where he thinks Lafdul is. Look,
Well,
we come to
Lafdul
speak to
spoke
these
up,
guys.
so you have a pretty good idea of where he is, assuming he hasn't moved.
We come to speak to these guys. Why don't you come out and show them yourself? I know you wanted to save the invisibility so that you could attack the slavers, but they want to have a chat. We'll just have to do it later.
I understand. If I was invisible, I wouldn't show myself just like that. Who says they're serious? Who says they're honest with us?
Well, that's the situation we're in when we meet anyone.
Okay.
Nobody knows who anyone is. We've just got to take people on trust. And I'm going to take these little guys on trust.
Lafdul, I need you to make a saving throw versus poison as an arrow sinks into your thigh and interrupts your spell.
Alright, save for rest poison. Alright, what's save for...
Does that break invisibility?
No.
No.
He has to attack them to break invisibility.
Okay.
Also, don't
I'm
forget
trying to
that
find what
you started to cast a spell, Leva. I haven't dealt with that yet.
Roll... Oh, it's 9.
You guys are idiots.
+1 as well.
No, Leva has as far as slaves and slavery are concerned, Leva has a phobia.
All right.
Yeah, but they're not slavers.
They're
How
not
do you
slavers.
know?
No, I'm
You're
role
not.
playing my character.
Lafdul, after the arrow sinks into your thigh, you feel a great yawn come over yourself, but you kind of blink it away.
Would I recognize that as sprite venom?
Yeah, you probably would. Leva, you take 3 points of damage, canceling your spell. Remember, both of you have lost that spell now.
Mm-hmm.
And I need you also to make a
How
saving
much
throw
damage
versus
did I
poison.
take?
2.
Oh.
By the way, you guys can all see the an arrow kind of floating in the air now.
I guess it.
It's gonna take a lot of convincing from Ockar later to try to get you guys.
Oh, now that I have an arrow
your
sticking
presence.
in my leg and it's very visible, Lafdul's just gonna sigh. He does break the invisibility at that point. Now that his invisibility is completely compromised.
I'm still waiting on the saving throw for Leva. Saving throw versus poison.
This is the biggest freaking.
Okay,
cluster.
Leva, the arrow sinks into your shoulder, and a yawn comes over you, and everything goes dark as you collapse, and you're asleep.
Okay, is Braxon close enough to catch Leather before she hits the ground?
If you want to move,
I was sitting.
yeah.
I was sitting. I was after the shock with the arrow coming by and me going. I sat down. I was sitting over.
Okay.
I don't recall you saying that though.
No, that's true. Okay, I was standing.
Well, Braxton was sitting.
Braxton
I don't know
was
how
sitting,
close.
yeah, but
Yeah, I don't know whether he could get to her.
not close, not quick enough from a sitting position.
All right then. Yeah, just let her fall over then.
I fall softly.
The only creature that you can see, he's got his arrow trained on you, Yeldan. He says, "Your two friends have decided where they stand. How about you?"
Braxton says, "I'd prefer if you didn't carry on shooting at us."
We'd prefer that too.
Okay.
So, Lafdul, you let your invisibility drop.
Lafdul says, "All right, you clearly know where I am, so the invisibility might as well." I show myself as I pull the arrow out of my leg, and I mention to them, "Is that sprite venom?" So I'm basically doing a religion check.
That's not a religion thing.
Well, no, I see if I recognize them. I know Yeldan does, but I don't know if you need that out of character more so than in character.
You actually have more experience with this type of stuff than he does.
Yeah, so I don't know what I'm just breaking my invisibility and I'm pulling out the arrow. He said, "Let me pull out my arrow."
Okay. So you cancel your invisibility and your as you pull out the arrow. What exactly are you saying to them as you're dropping the invisibility?
Talking seems like a better option.
The voice of the one that you think shot you says rather snarkily, "Wise choice." Now, is this all of you?
It's not all of us. There are more of us back on our ship, and in our group, who are the people that come out to deal with things, there are a couple of others that went off in a different direction. Is this all of you?
Well, you can't see all of us.
No, I can't see all of you. But is this all of you? Have any of your friends been captured? Do you have people living elsewhere?
Captured, no. Killed, yes.
Right.
You
I'm
can
sorry to hear
understand
that.
why we might be a little bit.
Of course.
Mhm.
That's why we came to see you. I was hoping there would be something we could do. I mean, obviously we can't bring people back from the dead, but we can take care of those people.
You plan to assault their base? Did you bring an army with you?
No. We have a ship, and we have a crew, and our aim is to get the dwarven people who've been captured out alive. I'm thinking it might be worth us trying to burn their base down once we've done that. And I didn't want to be burning anyone else in there alive who's a slaver. We haven't completely settled on our plan yet, though. And I certainly don't want to start a fire that would affect your woods.
The figure lowers the bow a little bit, and you can see that he seems to be relaxing a bit. And Lafdul, you can go ahead and roll your proficiency check on that. And the figure says, well, it seems we have a common enemy. We may not be the best straight-up warriors, but perhaps we can discuss what's going on.
Well,
Assuming
this
that
is your
you
home.
are not interested in being aggressive any further.
I wasn't interested in being aggressive in the first place.
Some of you certainly were.
My friends were a bit scared of you.
Lafdul says that he's only interested in preserving himself. But even if I were to get away, I would be leaving my friends behind. That's why I chose to reveal myself.
Well, you could have revealed yourself to begin with and avoided unnecessary injury.
He was hoping to use that invisibility to spy on them after we came here. We convinced him to come here first. He was going to go there first. And I pushed him into coming to see you first in case you knew something that was useful to us.
So, what is your plan to deal with the slavers down there?
Right. Well, we've heard that they've got the dwarves inside their camp, locked in a room in the side of the camp. We need to get into that room. We need to get those people out. We don't necessarily need to have a straight up fight with them all. We could pull some of them out and deal with them individually. We know they do patrols because they already tried to kill us with one of their patrols. And we managed to fight back and we killed most of them, captured a couple of them. So we could do that, but we know that there's a ship coming. We know the ships come here on a regular basis. And when the ship comes, they're going to take those dwarves away and sell them into slavery. And we absolutely want to stop that from happening. So we've got a certain amount of time, and that's it. At the moment, we're trying to gather information that might help us come up with the best strategy.
Well, he kind of he unknocks his bow and slips the arrow into his quiver, and he flitters down closer to you, and he so that he's kind of like same head height as you.
Mm-hmm.
And he says, well, since you seem to be the leader, I suppose we should discuss this. He holds out his tiny little hand.
Okay. Hey, Braxton's going to hold out his hand and he's going to say, our leader's actually here at the moment. Our leader is a Giff called Higgimus.
Well,
But
I don't know what that is, but you can call me Felleran.
Felleran. Pleased to meet you, Felleran.
F, not TH. But whatever. Just so you know.
Okay.
So where is your leader, and how many were you planning to take against the?
So this morning,
Slavers?
one of our members wanted to go west to investigate something, and our leader went with him. Our leader Higgimus. Braxton's going to introduce everyone.
Okay. He does not introduce anyone else, and they are not
That's fine.
revealing themselves.
Fair.
That's fine.
Yeldan expected as much. Yeldan will bring up. He had the idea of trying to draw them out of their encampment, so to lessen the numbers, since there seems to be around 50 in there.
Yeah.
Lafdul confirms this. He says he relays in probably more detail than the rest of the party what he's seen.
Yeah. Braxton points and says, Yeldan and Lafdul are our forward people. They're more sneaky than me. I make a bit more noise.
Lafdul shrugs at that. Apparently, I'm not
Yeldan.
sneaky enough.
Well, if you know where your leader is, I suppose I could send a scout over to fetch him.
He's quite a ways away.
They gotta go past the river downstream where there's a clearing and a well, I don't know if that's a mountain, like a cliff face, I guess. I don't know how else to describe that thing.
That's basically a small mountain. It's kind of a bare, rocky.
So I basically stayed like down there.
Okay.
Somewhere.
The
I probably give better.
the sprite
Yeldan will.
turns back to the woods and says some things in his own language. By the way, Lafdul, if you want to go over and you can do a healing proficiency check on
Leva
too.
Leva needs to sleep. No, all right, no. He'll slap her a bit, tap her on the face, just wake up.
I meant more like check the little arrow stuck in her shoulder kind of thing.
All right, he'll
that
check
work?
the arrow.
So you hear the fluttering of wings leaving the area.
Hang on, before the guy goes.
No, he's not
Braxton-
leaving. He's not leaving.
Yeah, before the other guy goes, Braxton says, our leader Higgimus is a bigger humanoid than us. You said you didn't know what a Giff is. He's yay much higher than me, and he looks a bit monstrous, but he's very friendly, except to our enemies, of course. The other person,
yes,
the other person he's with is a paladin, is a human like me.
We have
called
some
Ockar.
ways of identifying individuals. Thank you.
Okay.
So, Lafdul, you go ahead and heal 1 hit point on Leva.
Does she wake up or?
Oh no. No,
No, she's been out for a while.
You shake her. You shake her a lot, which elicits some tinkling giggles from the woods.
Lafdul mentions that he inquires that his Lafdul's obviously seen more experienced versions of his higher level clerics. So
Yeah.
he's obviously heard of sprite venom. So he makes a he questions the small folk, asking if it's the same thing. He says that his deity grants him the ability to make such sleep arrows. Well, maybe not to him, but other members that are more established. I don't know how to say higher level. More experienced members of my clergy.
And more experienced.
Yeah.
There are some Well, you see in his face kind of some emotions kind of clashing because you don't think they like you very much right now, but there's definitely like some interest flashes across his face. But he does say, yes, this is a special concoction that we produce that puts creatures to sleep.
Old, I have a question totally out of character. If a mage has nightmares, couldn't that turn dangerous for the rest of the team?
You can't cast spells while you're asleep, even in a nightmare.
Oh, okay.
Are you trying to make reasons to kill us all?
No.
Subconsciously summons the deep spawn illusion.
I mean,
Opens a portal.
spells are pretty complex things. You can't just accidentally do them for the most part.
Unless
Wild magic and stuff like that. But you can't, like, in your sleep. No, you can't just do that. You have to have some conscious acts of will to do that.
Feluan, I have a question for you.
Yes.
Is there any sort of underdark on this celestial body?
Underdark?
Yeah, tunnels, underground tunnels. I'm wondering if there's any underground tunnels that would go below that camp.
There are animals that burrow and there are caves, but tunnels under there, not to my knowledge.
Right.
Yeldan will point out they wouldn't know such things. They are surface dwelling.
I wonder if there's any animals that dig tunnels big enough for people to go in.
There are giant badgers.
Giant badgers.
Around here, I mean, there are some caves and things like that. I don't know of anything that makes large burrows that you would easily be able to use.
Right. Okay. Yeah. No, I just thought they wouldn't expect us to come up from under the ground. And if we could tunnel into that building where the slaves are kept, we can free the slaves.
Anyways.
Well, I mean,
I think the best thing we can do is draw them out.
Oh yeah, definitely. But if there was an easy way, if there was a friendly animal we could give some food to, and it would dig underneath the camp for us, and then we could dig a little hole, come out, talk to the dwarves, get them out.
Yeah, then I'll say it doesn't work that way.
I'm just asking the experts. If we can't do it, we can't do it.
Well, there may be something similar to that. I would need to have a little discussion before I say any more than that, but there might be something that would help.
Yeah.
Okay.
He kind of says, "Are you fine waiting while I have such a conversation and see if we can get the rest of your friends here?"
Yes. Well, our leader's not here yet, so
yeah,
we need our leader here before we can sort of make a final decision on our plan.
Lafdul shrugs and said, "Level's not going anywhere for a while."
At that, there's some more giggling in the trees. Okay, well,
is there any pixie dust around?
You would have to, like, ask them for that, probably.
It might be on the floor.
I don't think you're allowed to rub pixies to get the dust off them.
I'm looking for the stuff that's on the floor already.
Not exactly.
Yeah, I don't think
just keep them here for a while. There'll be some eventually.
It's about time to take a break anyway, so it's a pretty good stopping spot. Incidentally, Ockar and Higgimus, how did you guys cross the river? out of curiosity?
How deep was it?
Pretty deep.
Higgimus would just walk across, and Ockar would be on his mount.
It's
mount and
deeper
swim
than
across.
just walking across.
Is there any shallow parts in one of the bends?
Would you
Yeah,
have
it's
looked
'cause
for
it's-
that? Is that what you would have looked for? Let me ask that. I mean, like,
Yeah, look for a place to ford the river.
okay. So you don't want to caulk the wagon and float it across. Okay. Yeah, you were able to find something.
I love that.
You would probably have, you would have needed to take your armor off. Ockar would have needed to take his armor off, and
Hmm.
you found something that you could have just, like, lifted it above your head and carried it across.
Put it all on my shield.
Ockar's wolf easily splashed and swam across. And as you were drying yourselves on the other side, a small figure about 2 feet tall with large butterfly-like wings popped into view in front of you and said in common, "Are you Higgimus?"
Higgimus will kind of look puzzled at it and then say, why yes, little feller. I am. Why do you ask?
Well, your friends have gotten into a little bit of trouble with my friends, and
Higgimus
I'm
will
here to bring
slap
you there.
his forehead and say, of course they did.
They always get themselves into trouble.
And I'm here to bring you to them.
Well, thank you very much.
Yeah, whenever the two of us are around, they always get themselves into trouble.
Okay, so the figure leads you through the trees. Takes quite a while. I'll figure out exactly how much time it would take. Do you guys just want to wait until Leva wakes up?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Then that'll probably be enough time. So when we come back after the break, Leva will be awake again, and then we can go from there and figure out how you want to interact with these little fellows. All right, so that'll be in about 2:20, give or take.
That's good. Me.
Alrighty. So we'll be back then.